Judgment here. It's time to continue the Nerezza series of videos. She hit level 92 right towards the end of last Saturday night's stream, and rather than continue to play with self-found gear, I have now given her some gear found by other characters. Some of the gear here she has found herself, and some of it I've brought in. So the gear at the moment is a wizard spike. Now this one I brought in, but she did find a wizard spike of her own in the pit. Harlequin Crest Shaker, that amulet, a crafted one from some time ago. Rhyme Tower Shield. These crafted boots. These boots people may remember from Agniastra, my fire sorceress, who used these for some levels in the 80s. But they look far better suited to Nerezza being a running character, and also to bump up her fire resistance a bit. This ring Nerezza found herself. The same Talrasha belt that she found herself. I do have a number of 15s, but I've stuck with the one she found. Perfect Nagel ring for magic find. 35% chance guards that she also found herself from Pindleskin. And the armour is the best Talrasha armour I have. So it has a small advantage. In combination with the belt, we get 10% fast cast rate, which is not really that relevant, and we get replenished life plus 10. For charms, Traps Charm, one with 34 to life, and other bonuses. Probably the rarest one is this one here with 12% hit recovery. She has found a couple of geeds. This is the better one of the two. And 3 hit recovery charms with resistances, and that takes her to exactly the 27 fast hit recovery breakpoint. That poison resistance magic find charm, and this poison resistance magic find charm, which I rolled from another charm with 3 perfect gems. On switch, the self-found blade of Alibaba. I do have a perfect one at 120 enhanced damage and plus 15 to dexterity and mana. Now clearly she's not going to hit anything with it, and I may bring in the perfect one for a later respec. A Sanctuary Tower Shield. Now I've had an excellent run on making these shields. I've made about 6 of them, and I think only one had resistances less than 60. And I've gone with the Tower Shield principally for the increased block. The mercenary has a Reaper's Toll Thresher. This one has full lifesteal and is a bit short on maximum damage. I've never found an ethereal one, but I think this would be an ideal character to use it on. A better treachery than the one that he had some time ago, which was made in ethereal Kraken shell. And most of the time I'm running a Gwillem's Face winged helm. In the stash, I'm carrying an alternative helm for the mercenary, Kira's Guardian. I have noticed when playing this character that cannot be frozen I thought was much more important on the mercenary than many other characters I've played. So I carry that there. I don't use it a lot, but it's there if needed. I'm also carrying Thunder God's Vigour and this amulet here. If I put that amulet on, it bumps up the strength enough to equip Thunder God's Vigour, and then we have some protection against souls. And you can see there that amulet has 19 magic find as well as plus 2 to skills. And this one here is mostly just for the strength, but it also has 25 magic find and a small boost to resistances. So here are Nerezza's statistics. I have copied these out of GoMule and pasted them to a LibreOffice spreadsheet. You can see she is about level 92.7. And she may hit level 93, hopefully in the next couple of days, and I intend to do most of that at the next stream. The figures here are running the wizard spike. The figures here are on switch with the blade of Alibaba. Now the notable thing as far as I'm concerned is the level of magic find. It's 353, running the wizard spike, but goes up to 420 running the blade of Alibaba. 533 mana with a wizard spike, so it's no longer a problem, and with the blade of Alibaba 364, it's not much of a problem there. A typical run for Nerezza consists of going into Players 3 mode and running all three of the Worldstone Keep levels, Bale, the Chaos Sanctuary and the River of Flame all in Players 3 mode, and then for Diablo, just for the experience, I changed to Players 7. Now both Lister's Waves, Bale and Diablo are fairly slow, but I think at this stage it's still worth the experience. After that, we changed to the Ancient Tunnels in the Pit in Players 3 mode. Overall, each run like that contributes about 4% of the experience towards the next level. So at 71%, she has about 7 such runs left to go. I'll show you some gameplay here. We'll have a go at Pindleskin in Players 3 mode. Now previously I was running Pindleskin in Players 5 mode, and I didn't think Nerezza was powerful enough to go across and tackle Pindleskin directly without killing the other monsters first. But with this sort of gear, she now seems to be powerful enough.
I should have known.
So it's Mind Blast just to knock the others back. Wait for the mercenary to arrive. Lightning Sentries. Once we see a corpse drop, and we have to keep mind on the others, but once we see a corpse drop, we put down the Death Sentry, and it looks like we've just found another Talrasha belt. Nothing there, but we've definitely got another Talrasha belt. Alright, let's have a look at this belt. Current one is 13, this one is 14. Still defense 99, well we've just improved our magic find by 1. Let's go into the Ancient Tunnel just briefly. Okay, we've got the lightning immune mages, but the mercenary can now knock those down pretty easily. Now there's often a unique up here. And we did in fact get one. You see with the Reaper's Toll, the mercenary knocks them down quite quickly. And there is a unique down with the chest here, and often there's 2. And it is in fact a double unique group. We've got a bit lucky here that neither of them are immune mages. So nothing notable there. Let's have a look in the chest. So you may have noticed the increase in clearing speed since I last did a video with Nerezza's self-found gear. When she hits level 93, I may do a respec. I still have 16 stat points remaining, and the reason I was able to put the dexterity up to the 75 necessary for the wizard spike and put the strength up to 84 necessary for the Talrasha armour was that I had at one stage about 50 stat points remaining. It's something I often do, and something I would say to other players to keep in mind when you're advancing your character. That if you wish to play with self-found gear, that you should leave a sizable number of stat points in reserve so you can equip gear that you might not otherwise be able to. She has since found a Skull's Eye armour of her own. To utilise that would mean dropping sizable resistances, which I could get back by simply swapping the shields, but then I'd have to find another source of Cannot Be Frozen. A Raven Frost would be the obvious thing to use in place, say, of either that ring or that ring, and I'm happy to continue with the current gear until she hits level 93. Nerezza still has 2 socket quests left, and one way to bump the magic find right up would be to include 2 ist runes in the sockets of the blade of Ali Baba and additional ist runes into the armour and the Harlequin Crest Shako. Now it's currently about 420 on Switch. With an additional 60 and then an additional 50, we could have the magic find up to about 540 if I choose to go down that path. Another alternative, and I'm not certain I have that many ist runes, is to run something like a 6-socket crystal sword and get 180 magic find there, though I'm inclined to think it may be better use of ist runes to use the blade of Ali Baba. So we will see what happens to Nerezza in the future. I will put up another video when there is another significant gear change, more than likely when she hits level 93. Thanks for watching.